Hi everyone! So today I thought I'll make a Amazon haul video. So these are the few things that arrived, I think last week, or maybe actually on Monday. Anyway, I have ordered just a few things, and I thought you would like, or it might be useful for you to see them. So first item is this book. It's called, as you can see, Breaking the Rules of Watercolor, and the author is Shirley Trevena. It's a lovely watercolor book, which is great for those of you who are quite impatient to do the botanical paintings, which are, I love them, they look really beautiful, but I have a 1-year-old and, you know, I just don't have, unfortunately, the time and patience. So this is a very good way of using watercolor. This book is quite inspiring. I haven't read it all yet, as it just arrived. I have read just a few pages, and it's not only a nice book to look at, but it's actually written in an interesting way as well. So I would really recommend it. And this book was actually recommended to me by my friend, and I'm quite happy that I have ordered it. So I'm not going to flick every single page for you, but basically the artist, from what I understood, lived in French countryside at some point in her life, and she had obviously, she must have had all the flowers and fields available to her to go and look, and was quite inspired to do floral paintings. And the interesting thing about her art is the, as they call, or as she refers to it, the surprise. So she tries to put a little surprise in every of her paintings. For example, here she chose to put blue dots because they're quite unusual and, you know, not something you would think of adding to your painting after you have finished it. And you can also see that she uses different scratching methods to add textures and variety of patterns to her paintings. A good example of the surprise was the rabbit somewhere over here. I'll just quickly find it. Well, here, this one as well. So here, for example, she is painting. I hope you can see that painting well. So she's painting, that is the same painting as we just saw with the blue dots. She's painting here tulips and an arrangement on the table. So I think these are figs. And then not really paying attention to this duck, but there is a duck here. So she makes these compositions, and it gives you freedom, and it is inspiring because you don't need to always finish the entire painting to make it look beautiful. So, you know, here she has done very little, and here, but then the main composition is on the middle of the page. So it is, I think this is her, the painter. It is lovely to look at this book, the paintings and the colours, everything. She's more into florals from what I understand, and she likes bold colours, so this is what I am quite interested about. And I'm just trying to find that rabbit picture for you. I think this is coming up. Yeah, so here she's talking how she made that composition, how she was inspired. As you can see over here, this pattern was taken from a black and white blanket she has, and then she put this little combination together, composition, and that's what she came out with. And that rabbit, can you see where that rabbit is? It's right here. That's a rabbit. So it's very muted, hardly visible, but it's a lovely painting of pears, basically, with a few bits and bobs around it. So yeah, I love this book. I'd love to learn how to paint in a very loose and artistic and maybe slightly abstract way. So yeah, I'll just do a quick flick through. She's talking about nature and the French countryside. This is lovely as well. Just a table with some food on there. I am mainly trying to create some paintings which are food related and hang them in my kitchen. So I hope this will help me to create some lovely, maybe lemon and bottle of wine or something like that, a nice composition. And I love flowers as well. I think florals and all sorts of plants, they have such lovely textures. So yeah, that's the book. Highly recommendable if you're into that sort of style. Now, the next thing I have ordered is, ta-da! Mission Gold Watercolors. And the brand is called Mijello. So it's a Korean watercolor brand, and these watercolors have been mentioned so many times online that I thought I have to give them a go. The main reason they got my attention was because they're artist grade and they're beautiful bright colors. Now this particular set is 36 colors and they're tubes. Each tube is 7 mils, so it's in between the ones that we're used to, which would be what, 5 and 15, is it? The bigger tube, or is it 10? Anyway, so that's a 7 mils, and what you get is you get watercolor and the palette as well. So if I turn them over, this is the colors you get. Just zoom in, and as their artist grade, as you can see, they have all these listings of the light fastening and pigment opacity and things like that. So the stars come for light fastening, and you can see that majority of them have actually 5 stars, which means that is the best you can get in terms of sunlight going onto your painting and not making your colors go pale over time. So the only few that are low is this Bright Opera. It's only got 2 stars, and then we also have 2 stars for the Bright Clear Violet, and the rest are 4. I don't see any 3s. Yeah, 4s and 5s, so majority are 5s. Okay, so let's look inside. So it has been talked about that the packaging is beautiful, and yes, it absolutely is. So that's what it looks like. Now when you open them, that's the top of the palette. But I find if you tilt it down, tilt it over. Oh, hold on. It opened so easily yesterday when I tried it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so. Oh, okay, that's my brush set. So if you tilt it over, then that is what you get. Right. Now. So they come in 4 boxes and looking very neatly. The palette feels really nice. It's nice plastic. It doesn't feel cheap like some of the palettes can have a feeling like that. And so that's what the tube looks like. So as you can see, you have all the information on it. Here we go. And light, fasteners, semi-transparent, semi-staining, then the pigment color PW6 Series A. So it really does make you feel like a professional watercolor, and that's what's quite enjoyable, because if you start learning about the pigments and the watercolors, then you very quickly realize that it is very useful to know all of these things. Now, over here on the other side you get the palette. So basically you create your palette, you squeeze out the watercolors into the deep part of the wells, and you let them dry, and I think from what I understand it takes only a couple of days, and that's it. And that's how you, I guess you would take these out probably, and then you have this extra space for mixing colors if these are not enough. So I will make a swatch card to keep in this compartment, and I think that these areas for mixing probably would be enough for me, because I would intend to wipe them clean with baby wipes, since I have a lot of them now anyway. So that's the palette. It's very nice, and if I quickly show you, most of this is just in Korean, so we can't understand anything at all. But here are the, I think all the 105 colors from their range, and the only bit that is English is this, the names, and then also the well, these are not in English, but you can figure out what they mean. So that's what you get. I'm very excited about it, because I think it's very top quality watercolors. So I will make the swatches and share them with you, and also arrange the palette with the colors and everything in there as well. Okay, so there are a couple more things that I ordered, and I will move on to the next one, which is these two. So I have ordered, let me just pull in my one of my previous orders, the Canon Selphy. As you can see, it still has the protective foil in them, or on it, and I haven't used it yet simply because I had no paper. So when you order the Canon Selphy, this is the Wi-Fi. The newer Selphy comes as a Wi-Fi. The older one is, I think, just a cable, USB cable. So this is a CP1200, and what you get with it is a postcard sized cassette. Now I'm not going to go into detail, I will do a separate video about it, but it doesn't come with paper, so you have to order paper. When I started looking into it, I mainly ordered this for my scrapbooking, because Irid Landgraf has hooked me on so many things. By watching her videos I feel really inspired, because she always features these amazing you know, art supplies and things like that. So yeah, that one came from her as in me watching her videos. And so because I want to scrapbook, I don't want to use the postcard size, I want to try something small. So I have ordered, you have to, if you want to, there are two different sizes. So there is also a business card and a square. A square, from what I understand, comes as a sticky label, and the business card, they come as cards. So what you get is, when you buy this set, it comes with ink inside, so that you get 36 sheets and ink, and then you need to buy a separate card size paper cassette, so that you need to keep in mind. Alright, so as we're almost on to 15 minutes and I don't want to exceed that, the last thing that I have ordered is this Moleskine Watercolor Album. Again, everyone is talking about it and everyone seems to love it, so that's what it looks like. And yeah, I'm super excited to use it. I love this size as well. It's great for swatches and small sketches. Thanks for watching. See you soon.